This HR innovator and culture catalyst is about to revolutionize the company culture forever. I have a sad story too. No one cares. Work harder. Ah yes, not caring about their employees. Truly a revolutionary method. Hello Redditors of the Internet, Nobles, Xenon here, and welcome to r/LinkedIn Lunatics Part 2. Oh yes, there are more. Let's get started. So, CEOs have feelings too. This dude is a CEO, AI, Internet of Things, blockchain, custom SW. Women are basically very fickle-minded. At 18, they want handsome men. At 25, they want matured men. At 30, they want successful men. At 40, they want established men. And at 50, they want faithful men. But the men, they are very simple by nature. At 18, they want pretty young girls. At 25, they want pretty young girls. At 30, they want pretty young girls. At 40, they want pretty young girls. And at 50, they still want pretty young girls. Good Sunday morning. And Shoddy Pomegranate says this is the type of guy who tries to pick up girls on LinkedIn. Yeah. I don't know why there's a certain type of person who thinks doing that on LinkedIn is a good idea, because it's not. And now we have a 19-year-old business owner just battering the phones with his 18-year-old mates in suits in his bedroom. Battering the phones today, training up these new lads to sell like animals. Get in touch if you're interested in acquiring any B2B data lists. Guys, you need to leave the phones alone. If you're making that many calls to the point where you're battering the phones, maybe you should slow it down a little. It'll be better for you. And now we're patron Saint Mitch. Personal trainer for your mind, rewire your brain. Whoa. I just got back from a 3-day fishing trip with my 3-year-old. We caught about 30 rainbow trout, explored a massive cave, pretended to be bears, played in a treehouse, ate lots of ice cream, studied Bible verses, and talked about God. Wow, looks like they went on a whole spiritual journey in one fishing trip. This was our first solo vacation together, our first official dad venture. Really not necessary to call it a dad venture, but okay. A few of my favorite things he said on our trip that I'll never forget. You're an amazing dad, you love to tease me and you play with me. You made me heart so excited when you surprised me with a special daddy adventure. When I see the Heavenly Father again, I'm going to give him lots of hugs and kisses. I love Jesus and I can't wait to see him again because he is our savior. I love you, Dad. You're amazing. Yeah, I'm sure your 3-year-old said all of that. Some might say it's a miracle of God. And now thanks, but I just want to wash my socks. A laundry pirate, according to this individual. Where's the future value of a laundromat? It's not in the washers, dryers, or the real estate, but in the data from its clients. With the rise of data-driven businesses, laundromats could potentially monetize the information they collect from their clients' laundry and garment bits. One day we'll see laundromats transformed into data centers rather than just a place to do laundry. Hashtag laundromat, hashtag data-driven. Oh my lord, talk about ridiculously unnecessary ideas. And you wouldn't be able to go to the laundromat without your clothes being meticulously analyzed for every single bit of data they can get. And now fixed the template for all of you. Internships should be paid with clapping reactions, or I love exploiting people with the thumbs up reaction. Yeah, that sounds more accurate. Of course, what's even worse? Reverse funded internships where you pay for the internship. Now that's next level exploitation. And now I had a stroke trying to make sense of these made-up numbers. The person here is a product manager, 2-time founder and mentor. 13% of applicants to a job posting receive an interview. The number may be low, but it helps to highlight how much of a numbers game the job search can really be. Someone who submits 10 applications has an almost 50% chance of landing at least one interview. These numbers are averages and definitely get skewed by the extreme ends of the spectrum, so so don't lose hope if it feels like interviews aren't pouring in. It really is a numbers game, and it doesn't matter if it takes 10 applications or 100, all you need is one. I'm curious to know where you got all these percentages from. And by the way, he also goes on to very seriously explain in the comments that the key to get more interviews is to apply more. Talk about insightful. Wow! The more I apply, the higher chance there is to get an interview? I didn't know that. Truly a revolutionary application method, never before heard of. And now, the nameless perfect employee is mentioned again. This coming from a global HR and talent acquisition leader. I once hired an employee to work on my team 30 minutes into the interview. I was so confident regarding this individual, I canceled his additional interviews. Wow. He was one of my very best employees I ever hired, had 5 promotions, and worked on my team for over 10 years. Lesson learned and my advice: if someone is a great fit, please just hire them. I can kinda see where she's coming from here. If you find out a candidate is exceptional before the end of the full interview process, maybe you don't need so many rounds of interviews before hiring them. Please do be careful and don't rush the decision either. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? And here come the hashtags. Hashtag job interviews, hashtag job seekers, hashtag job search, hashtag hiring and promotion, hashtag careers. However, now that I think a little bit more about this post, you don't have to fake a story to get that message through though. And now, this guy has been looking for a new job for months. The CEO of Jackson Design Management, leadership mentor, and head of product. Well, guess you're not the CEO anymore, considering you've been hashtag open to work for months. Anyway, my girlfriend finally trained like I do. She was letting me know she felt tired naturally, and I asked, how do you feel physically? She stated it's like her body, and I said, feels physically heavy, as if gravity is weighing 1,000,000 pounds, that it feels like a chore to lift your arm to pick something normally up? She said yes. Wow, my dude is a mind reader. It's almost as if the conversation only took place in his mind. Anyway, I retorted, welcome to my world. That's how my body feels 6 days a week after I'm done exercising. That's why people like me think most people are mentally and physically weak. I've been doing this for 20 years. What a normal person considers grueling is a day in the park to me. Now you see why I say my fellow Americans are weak and I have zero respect for most. My girlfriend is European. Ah yes, Americans are so weak if they don't work for every waking hour of their day. I train to the point beyond physical and mental exhaustion because if a time ever came where I had to use that capacity, I'll be confident that I am prepared. So basically, the purpose of this whole story was to brag about how hard you work. Wow. And here comes the deluge of hashtags. Hashtag fitness, hashtag health and wellness, hashtag workout, hashtag exercise, hashtag strength training, hashtag fitness goals, hashtag I'm not reading all those hashtags. Can't imagine why people aren't jumping at the chance of hiring him. He's a product designer, designing only the most brilliant of products. And now, did I finally catch one in the wild? Lawyer wants to create an illegal blacklist of crap candidates. We have an intellectual property lawyer talks about hashtag entrepreneurship, hashtag investing. Dude put hashtags in his bio. Looking for law firms as investors. Introducing Candid Slam, the ultimate platform that slams the door on unreliable candidates. Tired of last-minute cancellations and disappearing interns and candidates? With Candid Slam, you can avoid headaches by accessing a comprehensive list of candidates who have accepted offers and vanished into thin air. Say goodbye to those personal reasons, excuses, and make sure your team stays intact. It's time to entertain only the most committed individuals and leave the unreliable ones out in the cold. Hashtag interns, hashtag law firms, hashtag team, hashtag law students. Ah yes, let's make people completely unhireable because they didn't respond to one message, or an emergency popped up where they couldn't show up to an interview. Are you not seeing how ridiculously unforgiving such a system would be? And Vast Emergency says, wait, so there's gonna be a place where I can submit my CV and all the awful to work for companies will automatically filter me out? Where do I sign? These people really do come up with some of the most insane ideas, huh? And now just because she isn't your soup snake doesn't mean you can't learn something about business. This person writes short blogs about stuff they've learned in their 20s. A couple weeks ago I went on a date that changed my perception of reality. And to be honest, I don't think there will be a second date with this girl. She was nice, but she's just not my soup snake. But that doesn't mean she couldn't change my life in the brief time we shared together. Here's what happened. Click below. Hashtag dating life, hashtag NYC, hashtag personal development. And if you don't understand the soup snake thing, it's basically a reference to The Office. Basically soulmates. Yeah. And the dude also has another blog about what I learned from a girl I met this weekend in the club. They must turn everything into LinkedIn posts nowadays, huh? And for this next one, the entire country applauded. Wow! Hired a fresher. I was so tired after taking a lot of interviews. I took a break and was waiting at the cafeteria for my coffee when I noticed a girl was very nervous. She was constantly eating her nails. Not just biting, but straight up eating them, When I asked her, she said this job was really important for her since her family condition is not so stable. I made her understand to stay confident and give her best. Later, when I resumed taking interviews, it was her turn. As I started the interview, I realized she was really talented and had a good knowledge about the job role. I was really impressed by her answers. Later, she was also selected by the panel. After the interview got finished, she immediately rushed to me and said, "Thank you, ma'am, for making me comfortable and giving me tips to handle my anxiety. It really helped me in the interview today." Her happiness reflected in her eyes. If you could help someone, then don't think twice before doing that. Dear recruiters, your little help can change somebody's life. Hashtag job, hashtag interview, hashtag help, hashtag change, hashtag selection, hashtag I really want this post to get a lot of views, so I will spam it with hashtags. And now a 5-year-old did all that, sure. We have a CEO and co-founder here. Building an organization culture is similar to raising a child. It's about our actions, not just our words or posters on the wall. This picture from last Saturday evening at work speaks volumes about the profound impact our actions have on those we lead and nurture, whether it's our teams or the little ones who look up to us. Children are incredibly perceptive, and they often emulate the behaviors they observe. My 5-year-old niece has been a keen observer of my daily routines, rising early at 5:30 a.m., committing to a daily workout regimen and eating right, devoting long hours many times up to 16 hours a day. Wasn't surprised when she showed me the skincare products she had created. She had even developed a unique brand name with a pricing strategy. Wow, so much for a 5-year-old, that's amazing. In her world, a woman founder, a woman CEO, and women at the forefront is the norm, not an exception. Let us continue to lead by example, nurturing the dreams and ambitions of the next generation. Hashtag leadership, hashtag role models, hashtag representation matters, hashtag empowering future generations. I mean, it isn't too outlandish for a 5-year-old to play pretend, pretending they're selling something, making up a name for it, and even making a price for it, but a whole pricing strategy. You're taking it out of the land of believability at that point. And now this guy commented this on a LinkedIn post. Someone who is into cryptocurrency, copywriting, and sales. We have a crypto bro over here. I completely disagree. You don't need to earn before or after your marriage, and here's why. Making money requires adopting masculine traits, which are detrimental to your relationship. No man wants a nagging masculine partner. Women must focus their entire energy towards catering for their men and building a family. If you start working, you can never equally balance family with work. Family roles are way more important for women. If your male partner is facing a financial burden, try to come up with ideas that can help him make more money instead of indulging yourself into a job. You should never work for any other man than your partner, and the argument of finding peace and tranquility through working is completely asinine. Women don't enjoy working. They love interacting with people and that being their family. No career-oriented 30-plus single woman is happy with her success. What? This has got to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. This dude still thinks women still have to focus on serving men, and that somehow brings her true happiness. Holy shit. And now, but again, what's the comp? We have a recruitment leader over here. So I ruffled some feathers. I recently posted about something that makes me cringe as a recruiter, and the comment section blew up with folks that didn't seem to understand the true sentiment of the post. Or maybe they didn't read the whole thing. I have found that professionalism is starting to be lost on the younger generation coming into the workforce, and as a recruiter, I find my position useful to help others see areas where they could improve. Is it professionalism going out the window, or is it people realizing that doing the work effectively is a lot more important? Anyway, one main area is the way in which you respond to the initial outreach from a recruiter or hiring manager. In this recent post, I explain that by responding to someone's interest in hiring you by just saying, "What's the comp?" with nothing else included in your response doesn't necessarily set the right tone for the interaction. Of course, recruiters understand that compensation is important to everyone, and a good recruiter won't get past a first phone call without discussing these details. So perhaps if you typically respond in such a blunt way, consider softening the edges of that message to express your interest in learning about what the opportunity offers, as far as experience and career growth, as well as the budget set for the role. Hope this helps. I mean, yeah, well, I feel like you should respond with a little bit more than just "what's the comp?" People are looking to get paid, let's be honest here, and they don't want to waste a bunch of time just to realize the pay is going to be very low. And now they want you to dedicate your whole life to the job search. A typical job search can take between 4 and 6 months. My client crushed his in 6 weeks. Here's how he did it. Determined his ideal target audience on LinkedIn, created a 50-30-20 list of folks to network with, left valuable comments on their content daily, got creative engaging with the inactive ones, showed his support and lifted them always, made personalized connection requests, sent follow-up thank yous in the DMs, only ever applied to jobs he coveted, contacted hiring managers directly, asked for informational meetings, inquired about internal intros, responded to all inquiries, attracted top recruiters, and he is crazy relentless. How long are you willing to struggle to get what you want? P.S. When you're ready, DM me the word engage to turn months into weeks. Want more like this? All my content on one page. No, I think I'll pass. I don't want anything more like this. Because sure, you'll probably stand out by doing all kinds of things. It feels like way too much effort to get the same job that someone else did with a fraction of that effort. Don't you want to save some of that energy for the job itself? And now someone on LinkedIn posts a chart. Growth is not a perfectly linear process. Growth is not linear. And then someone else reposts that. Growth is not linear. And then on LinkedIn Lunatics, growth is not linear. And then again, growth is not linear. They're just memeing the hell out of this post. I mean, it's not even a lunatic kind of post as per se, it's just funny that people are just memeing this post randomly. And now, she doesn't need to defend herself, she says, but then writes a whole novel. My goodness. I blocked someone on LinkedIn for the first time last week. This person was someone I knew from a long time ago, and we connected on LinkedIn when I first made my account. We never really spoke, and I kind of forgot they were even a connection. Last week, I noticed I had a message from this person. What I assumed was going to be a friendly catch-up message quickly turned out to be an unnecessary hateful message about my posts. You're always showing up on my feed every day with your long posts about nothing. Why do you keep posting? You get little to no engagement and you post way too much. Yikes. But my feelings were not hurt. Less than a year ago, a message like this would have sent me into a spiral. How could someone say these things? Why would someone do this? But instead, I laughed it off as I blocked them because I wanted to help them out so they wouldn't have to see my posts anymore. I won't lie, I've been thinking about it, but at the end of the day, I just feel very apathetic about the whole thing. So, are you saying you're doing them a favor by blocking them? Wow. Not that I feel like I have to defend myself, but I don't post here to become LinkedIn famous, to be an influencer, or to change the world. I'm just a girl who shares her stories. If it gets attention, great. If someone can relate, awesome. If it gets me into a position as I remain #open to work, fantastic. But until then, I'm just happy about making the connections I've made and telling people about myself. Whether I get 1 like or 1,000, or if no one comments or every connection's connection comments, I'm just me doing me. If you like it, hang around. If you don't, just happily see your way out of my connection list. Also, keep in mind Taylor Swift is basically my idol. When someone is mean to her, she writes a song about them. So if you're mean to me, I'll just write it down as another long LinkedIn post that probably won't get any attention. Oh no. Poor me, I get no attention. And then of course tries to get attention by having a bunch of hashtags. Sorry, but people don't want to read your personal diary on LinkedIn. It's just not what it's for. And now, admitting you want to F an AI is new. Like every rational guy stalking Instagram models, I dreamt of raising kids with Maya, only to find out she's an AI model by Mintra or Mintra, I'm not sure on the pronunciation. However, stalking Instagram models is not exactly rational, I would say. Now I dream of raising robots with her. Hashtag adapt, hashtag never give up. P.S. Even AI models can't help taking washroom selfies. Laughing emoji. LinkedIn for creators. Hashtag marketing. Hashtag AI. Hashtag social media. Hashtag technology. Hashtag digital marketing. You forgot one more hashtag. Hashtag down bad. Because how far down bad do you have to be to post this on LinkedIn? Alright, this next one has to be one of the most insane internships I've ever seen. This is a 3 months and unpaid internship. Your tasks will include managing interns working in your team, ensure that all tasks are performed by the interns in your group as instructed by the senior official. Requirements: you must have at least 1,000 connections on LinkedIn. Yes, 1,000 for an unpaid internship. You have got to be kidding me. So you're managing interns as an intern, none of which are probably getting paid? This is just next level insanity. And now getting mocked on Reddit? Yep. Is 100,000 followers on LinkedIn success? This dude is gifting $100 to everyone who books my one-on-one. Sounds more like $100 off because, I doubt you're literally paying people to book one-on-ones with you. Anyway, failure is something we don't talk about enough. I may have 100,000 LinkedIn followers now, but in 2020, I quit posting after only 5 days. In 2021, I quit posting again after 5 weeks. In 2022, it took me 5 months to get 100 likes. Then as soon as I started getting some traction, I was featured on Reddit and mocked by thousands. My viral posts always had a lot of hate comments. Imposter syndrome kicked in. Am I even good? It's easy to chase the numbers, but just remember, life is unpredictable. You're never in control. Control what you can and enjoy the process. Personal branding is a journey, ups and downs included. P.S. We need more fail stories on LinkedIn, yes or no? I know that last bit was added just to get some extra engagement in the comments. And this next dude is just humble bragging about getting laid on LinkedIn. Of all places. Why? Budget equals no more fun. Wrong. When my wife and I knocked out $265,000 in debt in 4 years, we made tons of memories and had lots of fun. Here's a few things we did that cost $0. Played sports, volleyball and basketball, walked around different state parks, played poker and Settlers of Catan. Had more sex and exercised. Pretty sure some of those things cost money even if it's not that much, but I'm just gonna assume you already paid for those things up front. There's no real ongoing costs, but it still doesn't make them free. We still did a big vacation every year and would travel to the beach for the day from time to time. We worked our butts off, enjoyed the journey, and overachieved on our goal to pay it off in 5 years. Share some of your ideas of free fun things to do. Follow and hit the bell so you don't miss any wealth building tips and events. And for this last one, looking for a junior PHP developer, even though it's listed as mid-senior level, but you need 5+ years of experience, which makes no sense. Translation, full-time mid-senior level, but we're only paying for a junior. Yeah, of course. Anyway, I'd like to thank all of my patrons, especially Amethyst, Phoenix, Crangus, McBiscuitbull, Dark Garden, Catalan Cormendi, Mike Hawk, Hold Up, Nightcrawler, Stormcloud the Wolf, Vicmeister1999, and Zoe Horsham. Feel free to join in the link below, and if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and if you have something interesting to say, feel free to comment.